The topic is about describe a person who contributes to the society. And the question number one: what kinds of jobs are not paid fairly? I think it's about like nursing or um, early childhood educator because they paid for orders who work in these two jobs, like they are a baby sister or just uh, like the caregiver more than a real nurse or an early childhood educator. I don't know much. Actually, I don't know much about these two jobs, especially how to be a nurse. Uh, I don't know if exactly like the specific works they have to do during the day, but I think especially for nursing, nursing is I think it's a really stressful job. They have to work under stress all day long, and they have to care for a lot of patients at the same time. But uh, and they might receive some risk about their health, a risk about their health, uh, but the payment they get is just about if it's New Zealand, it would be $25 an hour. I think it's quite low for the jobs they have to do. Yeah, because it's very stressful. It's very stressful. It has a lot of things to do, and they are the ones who take directly care of their patients, talk to them, and care for them. And nursing, being a nursing, so you have to do the night shift, is which is which affects a lot of heavily on their health if they work at night often, so often. So that's why I think nursing is nursing is the job that are not paid fairly. Number two, what skills should be taught at school to improve students' ability to find jobs? Uh, I think it's about communication and researching skills. Yeah. So about researching skills, like you want to go out and you need to apply. You need to write applications. You need to write a cover letter properly, and then you go to every centers, clinics, or hospitals to apply for a job, stuff like that. Yeah. So during that sessions, like I think the searching and the communication skill is really important when you want to take a job alone. Yeah. Besides, I think the qualifications of that job. You need to like master it, right? Communication is very important because you need to talk properly about your abilities, what you have done to complete that job smoothly, and show your like qualities, your qualifications, or the skills you have to the recruiters or uh, the employers to hire you, right? Alongside with that, I would say the abilities you have in a specific job, I would say it's specific knowledge is very important. Not so many people have that specific knowledge. Uh, this is the knowledge that you cannot be trained by that, but like to have the specific knowledge in a specific jobs, I think you need to have the passion and a lot of time dealing with that job to create some specific and only you will have that. And with that specific knowledge you can like uh, you can win orders competitors and take that jobs the jobs that you want and love to do it, right? Number three, do you think younger people should be lower paid than older people? I don't think so. Yeah, because I think the payments for employees should not be considered as the age. Yeah. If you are young, you have a lot of like benefits and you have a lot of advantages compared to older people, right? You have strength, you have a lot of new skills like technologies, technology skills, stuff like that. Number four, what are the impacts of the epidemic on work environment? Huh? What are the impacts of the epidemic on the work environment? Impacts. What is that? I'm not sure about the question, so I don't know how to answer it properly. I don't know much about that. Okay. Topic number two. Describe a person you only met once recently and want to know more about. The question number one. How do people make friends in Vietnam? They make friends via internet, like the social media platforms like Instagram or Twitter, Facebook. Yeah, they make friends online, right? And another really traditional way to make friends is they meet new friends in person, maybe in a club bars or clubs, bar or schools or the coffee shops, stuff like that. It's very common ways to make friends, maybe in person or maybe online, right? Because it's the places where a lot of people uh, like live in there and have a lot of time to talk about things, everyday life, or just small talks with each other. Yeah. And these two are also the ways to make friends, according to my experience. Number two, on what occasions do people like to make friends? On what occasions? I think maybe when they have to go to a new environment, like they have to change their jobs or their work environment, yeah, and or they have to move to a new place to live. So this is a very specific occasions and a very good time to make new friends, because when you go to a new place, you have a lot of new things to know, right? You need to learn a lot of new things, and if you make new friends, especially the friends who live in that environment for a long time, at least longer than you, so that's the good thing for you to make friends, to make these friends like that, and they can have you lots of things. Like, for example, take mine as an example, right? So if I want to go to New Zealand, uh not like next year, right? So I think I need to make some preparations and like, yeah, make some really proper preparations for myself to know how to make new friends in New Zealand and how to have connections to easy to get a part-time jobs, or to be more easy, like to be easier for me to study, uh like, or rent a car or stuff like that, everything I need to know. So if I got new friends in New Zealand, so it would be really easier for me to do stuffing. Number three, is it important to have the same hobbies and interests when making friends? Yeah, it's also important. Yeah, it's important for me, I think, because when you have some friends who have the same hobbies and interests to you, like, uh, we can share lots of things, even our personal things, and we can have a long talk with each other because we have the same hobbies and interests, right? Also, along with like, through these long talks like that, we can know each other more. We can get well on with each other more. We can understand each other more, and with that, I think it's a really good way for us to to be a really good friend in a long time, for a long time, right? Uh, like we can share personalities, stuff like that. We can spend much time with with each other on going shopping or something like that because it's really hard to get some friends who have the same hobbies and interests with you. I think so. And so we need to cherish and adore these friends. Number four, what qualities make true friends? True friends to me, they need to be loyal. Uh-huh. Uh, they need to have loyal, trustworthy, reliable, and they are brave enough to tell me the things that I I do is not in the right direction when it's when the time is when the time comes, or in the exact time after that. But I would say that I would say that like loyalty uh and the trustworthy is these two as the qualifies that I consider the most when I think someone is my true friends. True friends. How to say that? True friends. How to say that? Yeah, I think people will have the thing is that when they find their soulmate, stuff like that, right? Their true friends. They have you to over the hard time. Uh, they'll really they will be with you even this is their hard time, and you can share a lot of things, even your secrets or your personal things to this friend, and they they are not looked down on you, or they are just not uh, talk bad things about you behind your back. They just give you some really sincere advice to have you better and to have you to overcome the hard time that you have. So for me, they are my true friends. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Topic. Describe someone you like to spend time with. Number one, what kinds of people are easy to get along with? Easy to get along with. I think the people really easy to get along with. They often times are extroverts, and they're really easygoing. They are people person, and They're I think they're really sociable, and you can it's really easy to talk to them for the first time you meet them. Yeah. Uh-huh. Because they're really friendly. Even this is just the first time you met them, so it's really to get along with. And these people, they might have the personalities like they they really outgoing, and they don't tend to keep things inside them, and they share the things that they think, and they talk about it in an easy way. Yes. um because I'm the opposite kind of person, so I really like adore these personalities and the qualities, and I think, yeah, they're really sociable and easy to get along with for a short time. How do leaders get along with their subordinates? The leaders, yeah, I think they must have the same qualities I mentioned above. I mentioned earlier, like they need to straightforward. They need to be straightforward, and they don't keep their secrets, or they don't. Uh, they should not be shy or embarrassed when sharing their opinions, and they need to have sympathize with the hard things, or the difficulties, like their subordinates are have a time with. I don't know how to say, but yeah, communication is key. I would say that. Number three, do you like talking with older people? Why? Yeah, I do like talking with the older people, especially for some people that I think they're really intellectual, and they have a lot of wisdoms, and they can share, and they can give me a lot of advice, good advice, and I can learn a lot from them whenever I have a talk with them, right? Older people tend to have lots of uh, good experiences through their life, and they really valuable for me to apply this to to my life and my work as well, because I'm too young and dumb. So I think if I learn something from the older people, it's really good for me to uh yeah, it would be easier for me to avoid some mistakes, just because I don't have these experiences, or don't have these wisdom. So I really like talking with older people if I have a chance. Number four, do you think it's important to spend time alone? I do think spend time alone is really important and essential. It's very vital for all of us, including me, because I'm the one who's really cherish my time alone whenever I have a chance. because I think it's a time when I can have reflections on the things I do uh, for yeah, and I can like have a recap of the things I do maybe during the day or a few weeks, maybe longer than that. But I need to have the time to rest, to have to reflect on myself, or just to think about the things I want to grind, uh, to think deeply about that. So this time alone is really priceless, especially for the modern day today, because we are living in a very fast paced lives. So that's why spending time alone is very important and essential for every person. Yeah, I cannot uh, think deeply about the actions I do during the day if I don't have time alone, because I can be easily distracted by all the things outside. For example, like uh, having to communicate with other people, having to deal with the jobs or the things happens besides me. Yeah, there's a lot of things to hinder me to do these things. So I really cherish my time alone. Topic: describe a person who you regularly follow on social media. Number one, what can people do on social media? Yeah, people can do a lot of things on social media, obviously. Like have a small talks, they can send messages, text other people, text their friends, and post the things they want to share during the day on their walls, right? And they can take some selfies and post it onto the stories or their feeds, stuff like that, to just to communicate with other peoples around them or the friend list or stuff like that. Yeah, there's a lot of things they can do, right? Or even it's just play games with their friends on social media, or watch video clips like short clips, or the videos they see it pops up on their feeds. Because take me as an example, I would say that I do this thing every day, every single day. So I think I know a lot of things can do on social media. Number two, do older people and younger people use the same kinds of social media apps? Uh, yeah, I would say that. But in some ways, younger people tend to have more uh, kinds of ways to find out more like new social media apps rather than older people, because they they have better technology skills, and they get along well along with the smartphones things, stuff like that. So that's why. But for some really popular social media apps like Facebook or Twitter, I think both the older people and younger people they used these kinds of because they're really popular and everyone can use that. Everyone knows that, so that's why they use the same kinds of social media apps. Number three, do older people spend much time on social media? No, I don't think so. I think younger people spend much more time than older people. And the older people I see around me, they they just spend maybe 2 or 3 hours a day to have with social media. Along with that, besides that, they will uh, read newspapers or watching TV or play with their grandchilds or cooking stuff like that, and they just spend maybe 1 to 3 hours a day to spend on social media. So I don't think they spend too much time on social media. Number four, are non social media like television and newspapers still useful? Yeah, they I think they just useful in some ways. Although I don't really use these two kinds of media a lot, but I see a lot of older people use these two kinds of newspaper or television. So yeah, I'm not sure about these two kinds, but so if you want to read some really trustworthy news, you or especially for the older people, they can absorb their knowledge or absorb the information, daily information through television or newspaper, and they really like them. So I think they're still useful in some ways. Yeah. Topic: describe an old person you know who has had an interesting life. Question number one: what do old people often do in their daily lives? Yes, I mentioned before. I think they normally play with their grandchildren or they will cook, prepare for meals. They tend to have some talks with their old friends or their neighbors, right? Or uh, maybe they would read newspaper and watching TV to to have some entertainment during the days. Yeah, and maybe they just that. I think. Number two, why do some people live with old people? I think because uh, there's some very popular reasons. So one of the most popular reason I know is that they they are adults, but uh, they don't want to be separate from their parents, their old parents, and they want their kids to live with their grandparents to take care for them. and to make their parents happy. So that's why some adults they like to live with their parents, their old parents, and they want their tries to live with them too. Yeah, they want to have a big family to to have a harmonious atmosphere during the day, which is good. I think it's a really good activity. Is a really good decision. Number three, can old people and their grandchildren learn from each other when they live together? Yeah, I think so. I would think that there would be a really interesting interactions when older people and grandchildren live together, and they can learn a lot of things from each other, right? For example, like uh, let me think. So the older people learn from their grandchild, their grandkids about the positive and very naive thoughts about life, or just a very like innocent actions during the day, but these activities or these actions or these behaviors so adorable, and they can make the the old people like happy. Yeah, the other side, on the other hand, like the grandchildren can learn a lot from their old people, because they can learn, they can be taught about how to behave properly, uh, uh, how to uh, how to talk, or how to communicate in proper way, stuff like that. Yeah. Number four, what are the benefits of elderly people living alone? Yeah, I think that they will have some benefits, several benefits when they want to live alone. I think some elderly people like to live alone rather than live with their grandchilds or their children, because they want to have time alone as long as possible, and they can do things on their own without being distracted from others, and they don't have to uh, care for their grandchilds. They don't have to care about others' emotions. They can do whatever they like. And if they have some health problem, or if they have some symptoms that they think is not good, and they just click on the button or just call the emergency to have them, and they don't want to like uh, they don't want to be considered as a heavy burden some, because I think, yeah, maybe Yeah. Yes, I would say that.